discover the one thing that is needed to create the quantum jump. And without further ado, here is that one thing. Reality has been set up as an experiment. The Pleiadians can't prove this to you. They just ask that you play with the idea of this being true for the sake of achieving the quantum jump. In the experiment that is this reality, reality doesn't know what the outcomes of this experiment will be. But reality is smart. Much like how we would conduct an experiment, it has a theory and a desired outcome. It sets the experimental parameters up and observes with anticipation the result. Yeah, so what has this got to do with me quantum jumping? Well, you can theorize that based on certain variables being put into the construct of reality, that a certain output can be expected. Therefore, if you want the experimental outcome of a quantum jump, then you put your best guess at the input variables that create one in your reality now. In controlling for and inputting the variables that create the quantum jump, you are designing the reality template into which the quantum jump occurs. As a template, the quantum jump is a function of choice first before there is any movement or expression of any kind into the template. To help illustrate this point, the Pleiadians will use the metaphor of being in a design your own stir-fry restaurant. Here are some expectations that you can assume when you step into a restaurant like this. However you choose, in this particular restaurant, you'll end up with a stir-fry, not a sandwich, not a burger, or some pasta. Understand the rules of the game of choice in this particular arena of creation that you're in. Then you have the foundational ingredients that you choose before they are placed in the wok. The sauce, the vegetables, noodles or rice, whatever. Before the cook does a single thing, these are the components that create the template of the final meal. The most time-consuming and energy-heavy aspect of getting the stir-fry is preparing the ingredients and setting up the environment for the end product. Getting a lease on the building, interviewing, hiring the chef learning how to cook in the first place, the lighting to see, the heat to cook. Think sourcing the gas and bringing it through to the cooker. Think animals and plants living and dying for hundreds of thousands of years to make the gas. Not to mention growing the ingredients, sourcing the ingredients and bringing them all together. Now all of this goes back even further to having a climate that actually allows you to benefit from these resources in the first place. Once you're standing in line from choice to hot meal, it takes about 3 minutes. But did the whole process take 3 minutes? Absolutely not. It took millions of years, but it looks like you quantum jumped from not having a stir fry to having a stir fry in 3 minutes flat. What can we learn from this metaphor? Quantum jumps don't happen just because you decide, I want to quantum jump now, I'll make it so. There's a vast amount of preparation that goes into creating one. And on some level, you've been preparing for it for a long time already and probably don't even realize it. In this metaphor example, using your phone to book, using your legs to walk into the restaurant, using a knife and fork, eating spicy food, things that you probably take for granted now. And as we can see from this metaphor, almost none of it happens because of your own effort, and almost all of it does happen because of your choices. You had no say in the creation of electricity or gas, but it's crucial to the process of quantum jumping to having a stir fry in this particular restaurant. Here we witness the other important aspect about quantum jumping. You orchestrate almost none of it, but you choose all of it. You choose your way into a prime position and then you gather the rewards of that surrendered choice. To most, this feels like an incredulous idea and brings up anger, guilt, shame as they butt heads with that internalized capitalistic programming that says you have to work harder in order to quantum jump. But this is the truth of reality. The quantum jump is instantaneous, yes, but it's instantaneous because the person has consciously or unconsciously put in the energetic work beforehand to be available for both the choice of the quantum jump and what's required from them after they've made that choice. This creates the instant shift. If you want to speed up this process, then you want to do a few things in respect of your choice. On a template level, so the quantum jump template itself, hear from your soul self what it most wants from the quantum jump template. In our example, that would be the equivalent of asking the soul, do you want a burger or a stir fry before you even leave the house? Reality will always support the soul's asks. On a component level, so the parts that make up the quantum jump template itself, ask yourself, what do I want to make up my template? What are its component parts? This would be like standing in the chosen restaurant and deciding between a chicken cashew stir fry or a beef red pepper stir fry. Once clear on the choice, you set about tending to the things that you can control in the quantum jump process. 1. Your energetic vibration. What tonality of self are you expressing into the world? 2. Your ask. What are your soul's desires in their truest, most irrational form? 3. Your conduit and container. What is the quantum jump coming through and where is it arriving into? To emphasize the importance of these 3 aspects that are under your control, let's ramp each of them up by 10 to see how it supports a quantum jump. Imagining your energetic vibration is high, so the beacon for your energy that you're signaling out is strong, crisp, and pure. The ask is loud, clear, and powerful, and impossible to misunderstand. The conduit through which the ask flows is unobstructed, and the container through which the ask flows is large, open, clear, and held. All this could be described as quantum jump preparation as you ready yourself for the template to lock in. We're building up to the one thing that you need to create the quantum jump, but at this particular point, we can say that there's one state of being that supports it, and that is openness. If your vibration is open, it's welcoming, clear, readable, decipherable. If your ask is open, then there's no mistaking what it is. If the conduit and container is open, then it's available to receive and hold everything that you're asking for. We see now why unblocking beliefs is so strongly advocated in law of attraction experts. Blocks are the opposite to openness, and openness unblocks all the elements that compose the quantum jump template. Imagine a pipe full of obstructions. You would attempt to unblock the pipe to create a flow. Seems logical. The Pleiadians, however, aren't really a proponent of this way of working with reality. Let's return to the create your own stir-fry restaurant. You can sit all day and night wondering, why do I have such a resistance to red peppers in my stir-fry? Or what would be a better belief to have around stir-fry red peppers so that I can unblock my resistance to it? You spend years thinking about this question, asking the soul, doing mantras. I'm available for red peppers, bring them to me, universe. It sounds ridiculous, but when the Pleiadians are seeing us doing this with money beliefs, it's what it looks like to them. Instead, it would be a far better question to ask, where can I go and get red peppers, and then go and get some? Remember, most of the quantum jump process is nothing to do with you. How much has had to happen in the history of the universe to make red peppers there, ready for you to pick up from the local grocery store? Planets colliding, suns being born and dying, atmospheres being created, soil becoming fertile, and the entire process from seed to harvest to delivery. That red pepper was getting ready for you long before you were born, and now it's there sitting ready for you at the grocery store, and you're agonizing over the final steps. You might say, hang on, the resistance I have to red peppers is incomparable to the resistances I have to, for example, making $500,000 in my business this year. Well, what the Pleiadians want to drive home here is that rather than seeking out the resistances and attempting to unblock the pipe, you just need to ask, what would a clear pipe look like? And then get it installed. Simplicity meets divergent thinking. It seems excessive or perhaps wasteful to just install a new pipe when you should buy drain unblockers, bleach, brushes, wires, and all this other paraphernalia so that you can dissolve the block. Complications and effort seems justifiable for the reward, so you can say, I worked hard for this, I deserve my quantum jump. But the Pleiadians think that in a reality that's resourced into infinity and holds no judgment, why would you make your life hard through focusing on blocks when replacement is just as available and viable an option? We think it needs a convoluted, time-consuming approach that upgrades our beliefs through questions like, what stories am I telling myself about abundance that's blocking it from coming to me? But it doesn't. It can be instantaneous or near instantaneous. Reality has already done most of the work for us. Far better to ask, how can I instantaneously upgrade the parts of myself that I can control in this process? So my energetic vibration, my ask, conduit, and container, so that I assume position for my quantum jump to appear. You also clicked on this video to discover the one thing that is needed to create the quantum jump. And without further ado, here is that one thing. You need to be available for the idea and belief that what you want can arrive instantaneously. If you don't believe in the instantaneous nature of reality, then it simply won't happen for you. If you're going to work on any belief to create the quantum jump, it's this most central of beliefs. To spell it out simply, if you want the component parts to come together to make the quantum jump template available for you to instantaneously receive what you want, you need to believe in the instantaneous nature of reality. Not fast, not rapid, instantaneous. Rather than pouring all your efforts into removing blocks, instead persuade your subconscious of one thing, that instantaneous is possible for you so that it becomes possible for you. Here's how you can go about doing this. Similarities. Where is there evidence of other people instantaneously shifting their reality? Think overnight successes, instant lottery wins, serendipitous meetings with soulmates, rapid increases in income, instantaneous or as near instantaneous as possible. Then find similarities between you and those other people down to the minutiae. For example, we both weren't expecting it. We didn't know what we were doing. We live in the same country. We're both on social media. We both have a cat. No matter how small, bridge the gap. Then find times when you have experienced instantaneous or near instantaneous shifts of reality in your own life. You don't need to do anything with your discoveries except lay them out unequivocally and allow them to sink into your subconscious mind. 2. Mantras. Mantras do actually work here because unlike situations where there's actually contrary evidence, for example, you tell yourself, I'm a multi-million-dollar social media influencer, but you only need to look at your bank account and your Instagram profile to realize this isn't true. In saying to yourself, I believe in instantaneous manifestation and that it's possible for me, there is evidence everywhere for this being true. Your mere existence at this moment is evidence that you are powerfully manifesting yourself instantaneously in this moment. It's a Pleiadian share. Your soul wouldn't be here if it didn't want to. In fact, you are powerfully manifesting everything around you right now, instantaneously. It's just that maybe you're not good at manifesting what you consciously want instantaneously. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't be that far into this video. But you're still good, in fact, outstanding at instant manifestation. Behave as if. Behave as if you believe in instantaneous manifestation. As in, imagine right now, you got everything you were asking for. What would need to be ready for in your body or experience for that to be true? What preparations would need to be underway in order for you to instantaneously be that person experiencing the quantum jump template that you're asking for? For example, if you're instantaneously asking for $1 million business but have no means of receiving money, then you aren't truly ready for that instantaneous quantum jump, are you? Ready yourself for the instantaneous. Behave as if it's true and you're available for it happening. Instantaneous is who you are now. 4. Seek guidance from your team. Connect with your ancestors, your guides, your mentors in the spirit plane, and ask them what you need to know about instantaneous manifestation. You'll probably receive more tailored wisdom that lands with you than what you're currently receiving secondhand through me via the Pleiadians. Source from your own resources. Don't tempt yourself with getting caught up in the minutiae of other beliefs again, if you can help it. For example, you go from, what needs to happen for me to believe in instantaneous manifesting? And then you discover that your dad didn't get you a toy when you were 5. So now you realize you have the belief, I never get what I ask for. This takes you down the rabbit hole of what would need to happen for my inner child to believe that they can get what they ask for. You're de-escalating to smaller fragments of the core belief that you need to work on, instantaneous manifestation. You'd be far better using your time to persuade yourself around the truth of instant manifestation than you would getting wound up in multiple subnodes beneath this instant manifestation core belief. Ask yourself, what needs to happen for me to unconditionally believe that I can instantaneously manifest what I want right now? It's not good enough to believe that instantaneous manifestation is possible in general. I see other people do it, so I know it's possible. Subtext, they can, I can't. Or, as soon as I get over insert trauma here, then I will be able to instantaneously manifest what I want. That's future tense and conditional. Focus on the keywords here. You, unconditional, manifest, now. This is the anatomy of the quantum jump and what needs to happen for you to create one. Though it can take a lifetime to prepare for one, you can experience one instantaneously. This would have you think that you have to keep hanging around for one, but on a continuum that lasts forever, aka your soul journey, you have to realize that everything that you've experienced in this life and other lives is leading you to this point now. And so this point right now is just as available for the quantum jump as 3 years from now, 3 decades from now. That's why your only job is to become available for the belief that instantaneous manifesting is continuously available for you right now, acting as if that belief is true and working on the parts that you can control: your energetic vibration, your ask, your conduit, and your container. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's video all around quantum jumping as received from our friends, the Pleiadians. If you're a coach, healer, creative, or entrepreneur, then I invite you to hop onto a 20-minute Business Ascension call with me, where we're going to dive into your Akashic records and source one golden nugget around what's needed for you to 10x your business income. I'll also share with you any resources that I feel like will really support that wisdom that's come through. So maybe books or podcasts or courses or influencers who I really feel like will take you to that next level as shared from your Akashic Masters. And then we'll do a call-in of your whole spirit team, your ancestors, your guides, all the beings in the non-physical realm that are supporting you in bringing your business to life and 10xing your income. We'll do a call-in so that they'll really be there and present with you to support you as you're stepping into this higher version of yourself, your highest timeline in business. If all of this sounds like it could be really fun and very useful for you, then I invite you to book in via the link which is in the banner or below this video. I have limited spaces each week. It's a free call and I have nothing to sell you on it. It's a way for me to connect with you and to serve my community. So if that really speaks to you, if you really feel like that's going to help you right now, I invite you to book in. Thank you so much for tuning into this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.